Today we have a very disturbing update to the TLC unexpected couple that everybody has been talking about. We have more disturbing clips from their show that is going to absolutely blow your mind if the other ones in my previous video didn't do it enough. And we also have some updates coming from the mother's social media page that are absolutely egregiously disgusting, as well as she has responded legally to the father of Hunter's attempts to get custody of his son and the baby. We're going to go over all of that today, but a little brief recap if you did not watch my first video. Hunter and Bella are this couple on TLC show Unexpected that follows young new parents on their journeys through being pregnant, having their baby, and early parenthood. The thing that's disturbing about this couple is that when the boy found out he was going to be a dad, he was 12 years old. And if you don't think that that's shocking enough, the living environment that this couple is in is so unhealthy. It is not a place for minors. The legal guardians of Bella, her parents, are so disgusting. And this show shows how they ended up pregnant to begin with, because the environment is unhealthy and not a place for minors. I'm gonna link that video down below if you guys did not see it. Go watch it. It will catch you up to date on all of this. But we're gonna talk about the new updates as if you've seen that video, because it is unbelievably disturbing. I cannot say it enough. The more things I see, the more that my jaw is on the floor. So the first thing is that I want to talk about this clip that I am seeing on social media, that we're just going to go right into this with a huge bang, because this clip has me disgusted. So in this, you will see Bella, who is the teenager that got pregnant, talking to her mom who is incredibly inappropriate, who is obsessed with her boyfriend, who's now only 14 years old, but he was 13 years old at the time that this was filmed. She's in the car with them and they're talking very inappropriately. The mom is talking about condoms and them using protection, and that she's going to go ahead and buy them another box, because if they go through 3 every time, she's going to need to stock up.
There's 12 in a box, so you're down to 8. Yeah, I'll just order another one. If you're just gonna use 3 at a time.
Yes, it's very important to educate your kids on safe sex and all of that, especially if they're having it. But the reason why they're having it is because this mom is so inappropriate and just allows them to do this. Like, they will be in the room and the mom will know that they're having sex, and when the daughter comes out, they'll just talk about it like it's no big deal. The kid is 13 at the time this was filmed, when this is happening.
Could I live without sex? Yeah, probably. Could I? Don't know.
You couldn't. You are such a liar.
No, I really genuinely think I could.
Literally, genuinely cannot, because the day he gets his hair cut, you're like, oh my God, I just want to eat him up.
Yeah, eat him up. Not have sex with him.
That's exactly what you mean.
Also, I don't want to let it slide that his mom is also totally okay with this, because she's in numerous clips sitting on the couch with all of them talking about this.
Obviously, you guys still have a very active sex life.
No.
Yeah, you literally did the other day.
How the did you know?
Mom,
Because she told me.
and Mom said, she asked me if I just did something, and I said, no, I just had sex.
Can I move out?
No.
The mom is in the car and she's saying every time he gets his hair cut, you just say you want to eat him up. And it really seems like this mother is getting off on these conversations. Like, she's living vicariously through her daughter and talking about this. We saw in my previous video her talking about how she always takes the boy's side, and that if her daughter wants to break up with him, if they're having communication issues, the mom will then give the daughter silent treatment and punish her for not fixing her relationship with this kid. There is something seriously wrong with these two women. They're sitting on the couch with these kids. They look so little. They're so young. And they're sitting there having these conversations with them like they're friends. This is not normal.
You should have signed on that semi-says just say no.
Just say no to what?
How about we say no to raw dogging it, boo? You know?
You gotta tell her that.
Well, he's the one with the loaded guns.
She quit her job so that she could be a stay-at-home grandparent to the baby.
I told her she could go on and finish school. Cheered.
She still wanted everything to be normal for me, and I wanted it to be normal for Hunter, especially since he's only 13 years old.
They don't feel like they need to drop out to raise their kid. They feel like they already have a lot against them having a baby so young. I decided to quit my job so I could stay home and take care of the baby while they went back to school. It's been a lot, but I think it's been worth it. Shut right now. What? Hunter just texted me and said, is Bella pregnant? Why would he text me that?
How long did you wait after having Westa start having sex again?
I think we only waited 4 days. Did it hurt? Freak out.
which is great. I mean, if we're coming from a family who's just being really supportive and trying to help them out, but when you have all this other disturbing stuff, it adds another layer to it because she's obsessed with this kid. She's forcing her daughter to remain in a relationship with him. And then now she's also quitting her job to take care of his baby. It's almost like she wanted this to happen. And you can't tell me that she didn't, because she also had another teenage girl living in this house who was 19 at the time, I believe, who also got pregnant. They actually had a baby 7 weeks apart. So she had 2 kids in her house having unprotected sex and getting pregnant. And now she's quitting her job to take care of the baby of the son that she is very clearly showing signs that she's obsessed with. And then in this clip, she also talks about how if they have another baby, she's gonna just try and take custody of this one.
Okay, so what do we do now?
I have a digital test.
You know, if you have another baby, you do realize, I don't care how you say it, Wes will end up being mine.
No, he won't.
You can't handle 2. And we're having a hard enough time right now trying to get him to go as it is. And you bring 2 into this world, he's gonna be like, yeah, absolutely not. Not
Actually, he told me the other day, I ain't having 2 kids.
Clearly told me he ain't going nowhere.
He may not be going nowhere, but he may have a heart attack.
Me and him both.
Yet you are setting them up to be in an environment where this is going to happen a second time. And you want to tell me that this is not intentional, that you are not trying to lock this child into your like disturbing family environment where you're literally putting them in a situation to do this again. You're letting them shower together. You're letting them be unsupervised behind closed doors. You're joking with them about this stuff like it's normal and then saying, but if you do it again, even though you already did it the first time and your full frontal lobe isn't going to develop for another 20 years because you're so little, if you guys have another baby, I'm going to try and take custody. This woman should not be in custody of her own daughter who just had this baby because she's not even watching her. This environment is so unsafe for minors to be in. The fact that she's just talking about sex with them like they're buddies and let this go on TV. And now they're trying to like, this is the way that I view this. I'm going to say allegedly for entertainment purposes only. The fact that they got on a live while all this is going on and the father of the boy is trying to get custody of him and the baby. The fact that they then went on a live and they were like, the show was telling us to say these things.
Last week's episode was very scripted, as you could tell.
Are you making them stay together?
Guys, am I making y'all stay together?
Hunter, do you actually want to be with me?
Yes.
Hunter, do you love Bella?
Good boy. Good boy.
Why would you agree to that script?
Agree to what script?
That's what they on the show.
Allie, there's 800 and some people in here. I don't know what you're talking about.
So why would you agree to that script about what you had to say on the show?
Oh, yeah. Some of the things that are said on there is what we were told to say. Like, all of it is not.
Which is making me feel like they're trying to build up this narrative that they were told to say this stuff, even though they act this way on their social media. The mother, Fallon, she just recently posted a video of her daughters exploiting them again, having them put their urine on camera and film pregnancy tests, both of them, the 2 of them, again, for views on the internet.
Fun fact, I haven't been in my OB since I was 4 months postpartum.
That was in July.
Yeah, that was last July. And today I'm going to take a pregnancy test for y'all. So maybe you'll actually shut up, because everyone on Facebook keeps saying I'm pregnant with kid number 2 or kid number 3, and I literally have 1 child. Yeah, Emmy over there. Emmy, she's also going to take a test. Because, yeah. Emmy started getting her periods again, and her and Jake don't use protection, but...
And
yeah.
this is how she determines every month if she's pregnant, by taking a pregnancy test, so.
Or how it's extremely yellow. I've been sick the last couple days, and I was throwing up this morning, so. But y'all gonna watch me open it so you know it's not fake, because y'all are so annoying.
And she's gonna start drinking some water this morning because she's dehydrated.
Yeah, I need to start drinking more water.
Look at Emmy's. Hers is clear. Pretty clear compared to yours.
He's a lot clearer than Bella's. I've been seeing these posts on Facebook too, and I'm reading the comments, and people will go anonymously say, I know the family personally. I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Bella, come here.
been a couple minutes. This is Emmy's. This is mine. Mine's definitely negative though, so y'all can all shut up now.
I cannot imagine in a life. I don't put my son on the internet to begin with, but I can't imagine in a world where my kid's a teenager, I'm going to exploit him on TV for money. And then I'm going to like force him to be in TikToks to take pregnancy tests because the pregnancy content is what gets me paid. Are you kidding me? What in the absolute backwoods is going on here? It's absolutely disgusting. So she's exploiting them in content. You're showing on your social media that you are exactly who you were when this was posted. And I also saw a video of them on their page where they're like talking about how they were excited to watch the premiere, to see how everything was edited. That's not something I would be saying if I was being told to say this disturbing stuff on TV and then chose to do it anyway. Because by the way, you have a decision for what comes out of your mouth or not. If they're telling you to say something and you have morals, you wouldn't have been saying it. You know what I'm saying? If you had morals, you wouldn't be allowing them to put you in a situation that makes it look like you're letting your daughter have sex with her 12-year-old boyfriend in a shower with you like right on the other room. This is an issue with these people's morals, okay? And now they're trying to say that the show was scripted. And you know why? Because there is a legal battle going on, and there were legal papers that were released showing Fallon's response to Casey, who is the father of Hunter. And the only thing that she's agreeing with Casey on in his filing to get custody of his son and grandson is she agrees that they're both the parents of Wes, but she disagrees with everything else. She disagrees that they're in an environment that is unhealthy. All of the things that the father is alleging in his legal papers about the well-being of his son and this infant in this household, Fallon is denying. The reason why she's allegedly going out there and trying to say the show is scripted, because the show shows you that you can't deny the stuff. It is filmed on TV. Like, there are a lot of episodes of Unexpected. There's a lot of disturbing behavior on there, and actually I'll probably cover it on this channel and do some more videos on this, because there's definitely some families on there that are worth talking about for sure. But this is one of the worst ones on there that I have ever seen, where it's like these parents aren't behaving like parents. I can see exactly why your daughter ended up pregnant at 14 years old. I can see why this happened. I can see why this would probably happen again if his dad didn't intervene, because you're trying to deny that the environment is what the environment is, and we all just watched it on TV, and you're trying to convince me that that's all scripted, because I have a hard time believing that these people would be this good of actors. Okay, I have a really hard, somebody tell them to read off a script, because I guarantee you it's not gonna sound as real as this BS is on this show. As disturbing as it is, it's clearly real. I understand that reality TV, sometimes things are scripted, but I also think if you sign up to get on a reality TV show with your minor child who is about to go through one of the most difficult things in her life, and you know what she's about to go through postpartum because you went through it yourself, you can't then turn around and be like, they told me to say this stuff, blah, blah, blah. You put her on the show. And then you know what she turned around and did? She's using the money that she's getting from the views that she's getting from being on the show, and also the papers that she signed to be on the show, that they bought a new house with the money they got for exploiting their children.
We are in full swing to be out of this town, and I cannot wait. How excited I am to be where no one knows where we are.
And you can't tell me this is not exploitive, because her entire social media is now full of her daughter denying all the things that everybody saw, instead of taking any accountability for the disturbing behavior that we've witnessed, denying it on legal papers. They should be embarrassed. They should be absolutely embarrassed. Like, at the very least now, the best thing that you can do is hold yourself accountable, and maybe go read a book on parenting or something, because you're doing it so backwoods wrong. Let me show you this very disturbing clip that I came across on TikTok. It's absolutely egregious. The mother is in the back seat of the vehicle where her daughter and this now 13-year-old is doing a Q&A. And one of the questions was, do you want any more kids? This child says, no, I don't want more kids. And the mom in the background, the one who has been showing she's obsessed with this boy, says, we want 5.
With Bubba, so me and Hunter are going to answer 3 more questions that you guys asked. The first one is, how long have we been together?
A year.
It'll be 2 years this June, and then we've been on and off for a couple more years. And then, do we want to get married?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then, do you want any more kids? He says no, I said yes, so.
About 5 more.
No.
I wanted 4, but I'd be okay with 2 if the next one's a girl.
I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. You cannot get any more gross than this. And then on top of all of this, this is the stepmother of Hunter, and she is alleging that everything that they showed on the show about their lack of involvement in Hunter's life was lies and a narrative that they were trying to spin on the show, and that they were actually very involved and they tried to spin it to make them look bad. The thing that we're seeing a lot of on social media right now is that the mother of Hunter is being accused of only showing up on screen to talk about her ex, who's the father of her son, filming this uncomfortable situation that her son is in, where he's being like put in between 2 of his parents and now the parents of his girlfriend. And it's being filmed and exploited on TV. Now, Hunter has actually come out on social media, and he has now posted his own video in response to all of the backlash that not only the show Unexpected has gotten, but the backlash that his girlfriend's mother is getting for being allegedly obsessed with him, and also making some very serious allegations against his father. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you here, and then we're going to talk about it because I definitely have some things to say about this video. So here it is.
Well, this is my side of things, since everybody's thinking that Bella's family is making me do everything. I do not like being at my dad's. There's no food there. It's disgusting. I don't like being around them. Pinned me up against the wall by my throat when I was little. Scared. And I've also been videoed there by my little sister as I was getting in the shower. It's just, everybody's thinking that it's Bella's family. It's not. It's really how I feel. And Fallon is not obsessed with me. She's been one of the only people that have actually taken care of me besides my mom. And I like her like she's my mom.
So the first thing that I want to say is that it's very important to remember that he is 14 years old right now as he is filming and posting this video. And when you are 14 years old, it can be really hard to be able to discern the disturbing behavior of some adults around you because it's masked as you're their friends and yada, yada, yada. And so sometimes you don't recognize how weird an adult actually was with you until you get older, because it's not always that they have done something physically with somebody. Sometimes it's very subtle in the way that they are. And I don't think that he's old enough to be able to recognize at this time that the behavior of that woman is odd. It is very clear that his home life has some disturbing elements to it. Like, my ears are peaked and I am listening with what he claimed about his dad. Now, his little sister recording him, if he's 14 years old and he hasn't been in the home for a really long time, that means that when he was there, he was even younger than 14, which would put his little sister at even younger than that. So I'm not going to make too much of a comment about her recording him, which, yes, highly inappropriate, but the parent should be watching these children. I understand him being uncomfortable about that. I'm not saying anything wrong about that. That would definitely be something that would make anybody uncomfortable. Definitely not right. But he is alleging that his father did. That to me changes how I feel about things, especially with my statement saying, you know, I was all for him getting custody of him. Like, that is something that should be taken seriously. And if that really did happen, I hope that he will speak up about that in court so that he doesn't have to go back there. However, that does not negate from the fact that I feel that he was potentially coerced into making this video and saying some of these things. Not that he was making that up, but him making a very serious allegation about his father at the same time as being like, her mom's not obsessed with me. She's like a mother to me. I don't think he's able to understand that this isn't how a normal mother behaves and speaks. And I just feel like he's too young to fully comprehend what all of us as adults are seeing. And he might realize it one day. You never know. But I definitely feel like it's concerning that he's 14 years old and he's getting on there and making this video trying to defend people. I just feel bad for him all around. I feel really, really bad for him because he's so young, he's so little, and he's now a dad. Like, you can't be the best dad you can be at 14 years old. That's so sad. Like, you're still a baby yourself, and then you're surrounded by all these adults that are batshit crazy. Like, this is just not a normal situation by any means. It's just not, and it's definitely worth looking into for sure. I just feel bad for the kids at the end of the day, and I feel bad for them that they feel like they have to come out and defend her because they're not responsible for the mother's behavior on the show. They're not responsible for the things that Fallon has said, and now they're feeling like they have to defend her based on the backlash that they're getting from all of us talking about it. And he shouldn't have to say anything. It's really sad. But I do think that when it comes down to the allegations against his father, I hope that he goes to court and, you know, tells the court that, because definitely don't think he should be with his dad if he grabbed him by the throat. You know what I mean? Like, that's a serious allegation. I am definitely going to keep covering this. So if there's any new clips that come out or any new information that comes out with this unexpected chaos, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel because I'm going to keep covering it. It is a train wreck that I unfortunately cannot stop watching, even though I feel like I'm losing brain cells every time I see another clip from the show. It's absolutely disgusting. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any more updates on the situation, and I will see you soon for another video.